Here we are then for more F1 Manager. This one, the French Grand Prix at Paul Ricard, I believe. However, as always, check out the last episode, link in the top right. A big race. We took a new engine, there was a red flag, lots of stuff happened, so go check it out because, again, lately, I don't know what it is, but we're putting together some insane performances. So, let's get into it. Leave a like if you're going to enjoy, subscribe for more, and let's see what Paul Ricard has in store for us. In the last episode, the underfloor was scheduled to arrive on the 29th. However, I've been able to reshuffle my staff and we can get the upgrade on Friday. So if my logic is correct, we should be able to get this before we get into the race weekend and do an emergency manufacture and get it on the car for this race. If my logic is correct. Right, here it is then. So it has worked out, underfloor arrived, so we'll quickly manufacture this. So we'll go for emergency and we'll do 3 of them. This has been quite requested in the comments, so we'll change the training focus and we will go for tyre changes, and then we'll work on front and rear jacks. And while we're at it, we'll also change and put the new one on both cars. Okay, so factory, poor condition, so we'll go ahead and refurbish. Wow, 5.2 million. It's a bit of a hit. And the wind tunnel as well. That's a bit of a double whammy there. 186 grand left, so no more cash spending for this episode. Q2 with both cars should be achievable. Fastest lap in the race, not for me. Active qualifying streak with 2 cars as well. Let's do it.
Car was amazing.
Yeah, copy.
So yeah, Friday running finished. We've got all those penalties, of course. Ricardo being one of them now, but P17, P18.
Well done, guys. Very good. Happy. Copy that.
Happy days. We've got what we want, and we've now got 100% track acclimatization with Fernando, 95% car part knowledge, and Seb is also about to get that now, so we can retire the cars and save the engine. This engine's starting to lose a bit of its edge now. I think there's going to be a grid penalty looming on the horizon soon, I think. Yeah, so there we go. Both cars now have their fresher parts. Not the same engine as we used in the last race. That we'll save for the power circuits, but we've got a bit more power there to deploy. Not have any traffic issues on this first lap. Pretty close pace. Second lap doesn't look that great. Alonso does not improve. Sebastian also does not improve, so there we go. Seems like tyres only hold on for 1 lap here. But let's stay in, let's not go back out. This is the best Q1 we've had so far this season. We've got half a second gap to Zhou, so let's take a chance. Let's see what happens. Let's speed this up and see if we get lucky or unlucky. And we're in. Comfortably. Pace is better than I thought, actually. Very strong pace. Let's just rattle through this first lap. Alonso is going to hit traffic badly. Right through this slow section. Seb will probably be okay. First up from Alonso. Not too bad, to be fair. 9/10 off signs. Seb. This will give us a reference. P4. Not a bad lap from Fernando then. Right then, let's see what we can do then. Can we get both cars yet again into Q3? Pace in Q1 was promising, so let's see what our boys can deliver. Should be, especially for Sebastian, I'd say, a personal best. Sectors all across the board. Sebastian also up. I mean, we do need to find half a second, a big chunk of time. So those tyres were pretty knackered on those used ones in that first run. Let's see. I'd love to knock Norris out and Albon as well, ideally. Up to the line. Alonso. P7. Sebastian Vettel. Can he follow? Should be able to. P9. Lovely. Very strong pace from Fernando. And by the way, Gasly, Verstappen, Leclerc with penalties. So wherever we finish in Q3, we're moving up 3 places. Right, not a lot to really look into here. First lap on a used set of tyres. Let's just try and set a banker. And we'll see where we are at the end of the first runs. Right, this is it then. Final lap. Let's see what our boys can do. I'm expecting personal bests here across both sectors, or all 3 sectors. Alonso delivering. Let's see what we can do here. Sector 2. Magnussen has finished his lap. He's going to drop backwards. Alonso looking good. Sebastian looking good. Pretty strong pace from these guys. Alonso could get P7, but he's going to need a big lap to get it. Could just be P8 for us today, I'm not going to lie. Let's see. Up to the line. What has Alonso got in his locker? Across the line. Stays P8, which means Sebastian will most likely stay P9, barring an absolute shock. There we go. That 2/10 gap stays the same. Bit of an unknown in terms of what penalty Gasly, Leclerc and Verstappen all have, but if we assume that they're all going to have at least 10 places, then we're starting from P5 and P6 for the race. Not bad. So both drivers on a medium hard strategy, which is the fastest option, and we're going to overfuel by a lap, and that will enable us to use a bit of push mode in the race. So this is looking pretty decent to me.
And here we go with the French Grand Prix. It's lights out and away we go.
For the first time this season, we lock out the third row, our highest grid race start, and the race is underway. And straight away, we're putting pressure on Checo here, with Alonso looking for a move. Sebastian also sinking his teeth in there against his teammate. Down to the next right-hander. Seb's going to hold on. Tyre compounds. Everybody's on hards, interestingly enough. So this could be an interesting race, actually. Not ideal. We could be pulling everyone along, to be fair. The good thing is we'll be competitive in the first stint. So ideally, we want to try and save the fuel for the hard tyre stint, if possible. That's kind of what I'm thinking here. Early doors. So let's see how it goes. Let's speed this up and let things kind of naturally, you know, run its course, and we'll see what we're looking at here as Seb seemingly struggling for pace early doors here. I think Alonso is going to be very strong this race, Seb not so much. I think if we just stay in the lead group and don't murder our tyres, we'll be okay. Like, we want to see a break in the DRS train behind. Ideally, that's what we want to see. Seb ain't got on the pace, I'm not going to lie. Looking at a possible break here. Magnussen falling back, which would create a top 8. Norris and Albon will stick with us because they're on mediums. So ideally, I would like to drop Magnussen and everyone else behind them on the hard tyre. We can't really have them with us, and that's what's happening now. So we've got the break, which is what we want. Right, the AR is starting to push now. AR is starting to push. So Martha started dipping into this a bit earlier than I hoped for, but the longer we stick with the leading group and run the pace, the better our race will go. So very important that we try and stick with here. Seb's on the brink of dropping out of range, but he could just hang on this lap. But this is good. The bigger the gap we build up, the more we're locking in these points, because Ocon and Magnussen will just drop back. So Norris and Albon do look strong though. They do worry me a little bit. They're keeping up very easily right now. By the way, with the fuel, never go by the 1 point something, go by the kilograms. I mean, look, there's literally 100 grams in it between these two, and there's 0.2 of a difference. It's a lot. Go by the kilos, go by the actual weight. This is making our race. The gap to Magnussen is now 4.2 seconds on lap 7. At this rate, we're going to have a pit stop gap. The pace is really strong right now. We're not fast enough, but we're hanging in there with a bit of fuel and tyres. What's the tyre weight looking like? Not bad, you know, only 6% difference. I mean, this is a bad thing for us later when everyone goes into the mediums, but this is a good thing for now because it means we'll actually not fall off too badly here. Ideally, I'd love Norris and Albon to pit on their scheduled pit stop lap, and we go long and actually go faster by staying in the DRS train. That would be the ideal scenario, which could work out for us. And we'd have better tyres in the end anyway, so it's like a win-win. Oh, Seb's really struggling now. We can't even take him off push, really. Alonso dropped out of DRS range, I'm pretty sure. Yes, he has. I'll go deploy in the third sector rather than drain it on the straights. We'll go deploy with both drivers to try and close the gap a little bit. Back in, happy days. Bit of work to be done there, but we can respond if necessary. Verstappen up to P9, by the way, doing a much better job than Leclerc of cutting through the field. New fastest lap, but we drained everything to close up. Good thing is we've actually dropped Norris here, so I'm going to try and see if we can keep it that way and try and keep the McLaren now of the DRS window, and that way hopefully they'll start to drop a little bit. Verstappen going through, he's dragged Norris and Albon with him, which is fantastic. Really not ideal. There you go. Verstappen through. And Norris Albon back in DRS range. So Verstappen through on Fernando. Easy stuff. Let's see if we can hold on to the Red Bull here. Oh, okay, Verstappen pits. And so does Norris and Albon. Interesting. So Seb will go flat out now, and he should overtake Alonso ASAP. Straightforward overtake. There we go, Seb through. Now on to deploy. Alonso just has to try and keep up. Right, so Sebastian will peel off into the pit lane. Actually, I just realised I didn't actually set him to pit. Will he pit?
Get back off.
Nope.
Okay.
So we just need to push now.
Yeah.
Kind of fucked that one up, not gonna lie. Yep, completely fucked that one up. I'll try again. So, Seb will breeze past. Easy work. And pit this lap, hopefully. Fernando let him go. And now Alonso will go as Sebastian peels off into the pit lane. Alonso will get a nice in lap. We just kind of messed up with Sebastian, to be honest with you. So Seb into the pits. Let's see where he rejoins. Could be interesting, actually. Let's see, where's Verstappen and all this? Here he is. Seb's actually quite a far way back. It's going to be close with Norris, but just behind Norris. We'll waste no time. Leclerc's right there. Okay, Leclerc's looking to get by. Seb, does he have DRS? Yes, he does, but Leclerc's going to breeze past anyway.
So Sebastian, we are all okay on fuel, so you can do what you want for speed.
Yeah.
And there goes Chuck. He's done it. As for Alonso, a couple of personal bests, and is now pitting.
Yeah, take it easy. Okay.
It's been a good lap from Fernando, to be fair. Seb will now just fall in behind, just fall in line. But let's see, Alonso then. 2.8. I want to see if I can just charge the batteries with Seb a little bit here. Alonso. Oh, that's going to be close. She's going to split them. So this battle's going to continue.
We think we can lean on the tyres more. Copy.
What we'll do, we'll just leave things like this. Let them charge the battery. It's going to be Alonso, Norris, Seb, Albon battling. Those four battling for P7 and P8. You're going to have the top four. Sainz, Russell, Hamilton, Perez.
And McLaren with a great overtake.
Verstappen and Leclerc will be the top six. And then we're battling for P7 with Norris and Albon. So just going to keep them there, try and see if I can recharge the batteries and not use the tyres too much and play the long game. Alonso currently carving his way through the Alfa Romeos. He's split them right now. And the leaders are now pitting. So that's okay. We'll try and save some tyres while I ride it.
Was that a lock-up on the track?
This is fine. This is minimal time loss. We're just kind of running in the train here. Seb's been dropped. He's stuck behind Bottas right now. Never mind, Gasly just passed both of them.
That's a good overtake from Alpine. Here's
Wow.
the replay. Now look at this. It's Pierre Gasly.
It's too easy. Just too easy, mate. So yeah, Alonso P7 getting ahead of Norris. That's kind of the best we can hope for this race. I'll be honest.
Did somebody spin out there?
Oh wow.
Let's take a look at the replay. Now just take a look at the McLaren.
I missed this live, but Norris with the spin.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. The car's just gone.
Well, that is great. That just moves Alonso into no man's land by himself. So I'm going to start pushing here with Fernando. I'll leave him in fuel push. See if we can try and stay ahead of Albon and keep the gap. Alonso's keeping Gasly at bay, you know. They're exchanging lap times. I mean, Alonso's in fuel push. I don't know if he's going to have enough for the rest of the race, but we've still got a bit of tyres to burn with Alonso. But this is a good pace, and also battery as well. We can just go for a couple of big laps just to really stretch the gap out. Just going to keep Seb honest, keep him behind Albon and Gasly. Although Gasly's just dropped Albon here. Let's see if Seb can get Albon. Yes, he can. Happy days. Let's see if Seb can just catch back up to Pierre, which he does. That's crucial. Has he dropped? Okay, this is good. We've dropped Albon out of the RS range. Very nice. And Seb's actually getting stuck in here. Lovely work, lovely work. Alonso's got the gap out to 2.5. Sebastian is just hanging on to Gasly, and Albon's starting to drop. This is looking very good now, as we are well within the last 10 laps of the race. We're on the same tyres as Pierre, so let's see what the pace is with Alonso in standard mode. I will let Pierre eat into the gap, and then we'll put him onto maximum push right at the end. We could try and go for a fastest lap attempt, you know. It probably won't happen, but we've got enough juice in the tank that we could probably send it. I don't care about the fuel. We'll pull the fuel back on the last lap if we need to, but Alonso's going all out. And Seb, we'll wait till the back straight, but we'll put Seb to try and pass Pierre on the back straight. Here we go then. This is it.
Rears are hot. Copy.
Moment of the race. But here comes Sebastian Vettel. Powers past the Alpine when I switch to deploy.
So use energy.
Copy.
Let's see now what we can do. Can Sebastian potentially drop Pierre
Looks like Aston Martin have just gained a race position.
out of the RS range? That would be nice. I'm keen to see what lap Alonso does here. I don't think it'll be a fastest lap. I don't think we'll be a million miles off or a million miles away. Purple sector 3, he does it. He's done it. I said we could do it, and he bloody well has. We'll just get that fuel back on target now. As for Seb, Gasly's still here with him, but Seb's got everything to deploy here and use.
Save fuel.
Right, look at that. Seb's got a 7/10 gap. He's still pulling away from Pierre. So Seb's pace, brilliant, absolutely insane. Just got to watch out for Alonso's fuel now, which is about to come back onto target, which is good. I'm watching the kilos here, 1 to 0.7. Sainz dominates. Verstappen recovers the P2, by the way. Well, does he actually? Up to the line. It's a drag race. And I think Hamilton's got it. Yes, he has. We've got what we need. And I think we're going to get the fastest lap as well. Happy days. What a result. Lovely. We'll take that. That's the best we could have done, considering.
Let's check his flag.
Yeah, so what are they doing?
Yeah.
Very good points for the team. Take the pickup. Nice checker flag.
Nice one.
Brilliant. Brilliant. Take all the pickup on the way in. Well done. Take all the pickup you can. All the pickup you can.
Really good result. Very happy with that. That's the best we could have done, considering Leclerc and Verstappen was so fast.
Today, Aston Martin demonstrated that they can go very far indeed.
You're completely right, and what a day for all the fans of the team as well.
So, rundown then. Carlos Sainz dominates Verstappen. In the end, P3 pipped at the line by Hamilton. Russell P4. Leclerc also recovers the P5. They were super strong today. Checo P6. Very competitive. Top 6, all battling for those podium places. But then Alonso P7 gets the extra point for the fastest lap. Sebastian was only 2 tenths off, but not bad. That's the best we could have done today. P7, P8 with the fastest lap. That's literally maximum points. Gasly P9, Albon P10. No points for McLaren. And we outscore Alpine and AlphaTauri. So very good result. Drivers' Championship. Alonso up to 7th. Seb up to 8th. We both overtake Ocon. So that's very good to see. And essentially best of the rest, which is the best we can hope for right now, realistically. That's all we can do. In the Constructors, still P4. We outscore Alpine by 9 points, and that's what you want to see. So the gap has now gone up to 17. Very nicely now over McLaren now from all them lots. So very good weekend. Finally, though, in terms of XP, not bad actually. Alonso actually nearly 200 less than Seb, which is quite surprising, but still we'll take it. And finally, cash payouts. Of course, we've got bonuses there for points, but we're going to get a bit of cash coming in. So post-race debrief. Acceleration of car 1 could be better, which we'll bear in mind for future upgrades. Adaptability of Alonso could be improved. Boardroom, happy, confidence high. And we have a board review in 7 days. So we've been smashing out the park. I've got no doubts that we're going to be fine. Djokovic, another point. Adaptability. T Chuang, development point. And we'll go for We did just do an underfloor, to be fair. We'll go for front wing, as we're going to keep upgrading the front wing constantly, so I want to try and improve that. Martin Werner. Low speed downforce. Airflow is a bit of an issue, to be fair. So, airflow management. That levels him up. We'll just do one upgrade. Okay, let's have a look then real quick and see what we're looking at here. Medium speed, by the way. That has shot right up. I'm going to invest everything and I'm going to go intense with this. This rear wing is going to be insane. We'll go with this. Low speed improves, high speed improves, medium speed stays the same, which is okay. But we need a bit of improvement in high speed and low speed, to be fair. And we will go intense. This is using up the rest of our testing time. Wind tunnel, CFD, all that stuff. But it's worth it. It's a big upgrade. Got to start talking in big upgrade terms now. So that leaves us with an upgrade in 16 days, another in 43. Once we get this, we can obviously work on another. To be fair, this is actually perfect. We've got a nice break here. Okay, that's better. So 6 engineers on the rear wing to speed up by 4 days, and then we'll just bring the side pods down to 4, 17 days. It's all good because we've got just this race, which we can't get things turned around in time. And then we have a nice month break. So we'll get both upgrades on, hopefully. Well, there we have it then. That's it, guys. That was the French Grand Prix. We'll put the video out, of course, on the YouTubes tomorrow or the day after for those to watch on YouTube. But successful day, successful episode, and more points in the bag. And that was a best of the rest. We maximised every single point, including the fastest lap. So leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe for more. I'll be back soon. If I don't see you, Happy New Year. And yeah, we go again in Hungary.